time for this month's Bought It Forgot It. So if you are new to my channel, first of all, hello, welcome. Hope you enjoyed here. Please subscribe. This is a series that I do every month where I go through my collection and pull out things that either I haven't used in months or haven't used at all, maybe hauled it, forgot about it, haven't used it, and I pick out a variety of face products, eye products, lip products, and I put them to the test every month. If you want to skip ahead just to see if you're curious what I'm going to be using in March, I'll put the time code in the description bar below so you can just skip ahead if you're only interested in that. But I'm going to review all the things that I used in February. So what I do is I have this kind of cool little box. I never even took the price tag off this. Lame. Okay, I have this box and it sits out where I do my makeup every day, and that's where I keep all of my bought it forgot stuff so that it's right in front of me so that I don't forget about it during the month I'm supposed to be using it. And so I have all this stuff here of what I used from February. There's quite a few good things and a few things I absolutely hated and I probably will never use again. So let's just get into it. No particular order. I don't even remember what order I showed these to you last month. This is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. Lots of people love this. I used it a lot throughout the month. It's NC20. I really like it. I think it's kind of very similar in consistency to the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, which I love. So I love this as well. The thing about this though for me is it's not really light enough to highlight. It's more just to cover up, which is okay. But I think NC15 is like the lightest, and I think that might be too light. So I'm not really sure if I could use this for highlighting. So in that sense, I still prefer my Urban Decay Naked, but I did really like this. It feels really great. It stays on all day. It was a really good product. One thing I absolutely detested is this BareMinerals Concealer, the Well Rested. This is like a loose powder concealer. I still don't even understand that concept. But basically it's like a loose powder and it's this really kind of beige-ish, yellowish color. I used this one day to set my concealer and it looked so horrible. It was so cakey. It did not wear well throughout the day. It just oxidized, looked yellower and yellower throughout the day. It looked like I had yellow circles under my eyes. It was awful. So that product is not for me, for sure. Another thing I really liked and I'm wearing today, I wanted to wear a lot of these things today just so you guys could have some idea. This is the Boscia BB Cream in Light. This is just a sample size. I really like this. It's a very, it's a BB cream, but it's kind of really thick for a BB cream. And I would say it has medium coverage. You need to use, you can't just use your fingers. It's very weird. It goes on very streaky with fingers. So you have to use either a brush or a beauty blender with it for sure. You cannot just use your fingers to apply this. But I really like the finish of it. It lasts a really long time. It doesn't break down with my oily skin. I really enjoyed this quite a bit. I would probably end up using the entire thing sometime soon, I would imagine. One thing I am not a huge fan of is this Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Foundation. This is the shade Light 48, I guess. It's just too thick for me, I think. I don't hate this and I don't love it. It's like right in the middle. It's one of those things where I don't really have an opinion one way or the other. I can't really articulate why I don't love it. I just didn't love it on me. I don't know. I think it's just the coverage. It doesn't really look natural to me, I think. I think it really looks like you're wearing makeup. You know that kind of feeling like people look at you and, oh, she's wearing a lot of makeup today. So yeah, I didn't love it. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. That's probably gonna be relegated to the very back of my drawer, and I don't know how much more use I'm gonna get out of that, which is a shame because it's a very expensive product. So one thing I really enjoyed, which is very affordable, is this NYC Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder. It's just like a matte bronzer in the shade Sunny. This is a very popular product. It's just a matte bronzer. I can't use it as a contour. It's too warm for that, but I do use it to bronze up kind of the high points of my face, and I really enjoyed it. The next thing is this MAC single eyeshadow. This is in the shade Omega. This is just a really, really good transition color. I really enjoyed using it. The only reason I hadn't been using it is because it's in a single shadow form, and I just forget about it. But I did recently buy a few MAC shadows that just come, you know, just in the pan, and so I want to probably depot this and then put them all together in a Z palette so that I'll be using them more and I'll remember to use this more. This is really, really, really an awesome transition color. I really enjoyed it a lot. I said I was challenging myself to use this one time, and that's exactly how many times I used it. This is the Sephora Colorful Wink It Felt Liner. It says it's waterproof. It's in the shade 05 Bone White. So it is a white liquid eyeliner. There you go. And I liked it when I used it. I had, you know, I just did a black wing eyeliner, and then I just took the white and made a little tiny line right under the wing, the black wing, and I thought it looked really cool. I just kept the lid very basic, like super, super basic, and did that, and I thought it was pretty cool. And I kind of felt like I wanted to do it again sometime soon, so I guess that's a plus. That's a good thing. Okay, so Sephora Contour Eye Pencil in the shade 21 Fairy Tale. I only used this one time. I don't know why. It's just I don't use colored eyeliner very much. I used it smudged with some black eyeliner under there, and it kind of melded in a little too much with the black. You couldn't really see it. And I didn't really have the occasion to use it by itself throughout the month, so I feel kind of bad about that. Maybe in the summertime I'll bust it out again. I don't hate it. It's a good product. It's super creamy. You can see it's super pigmented and all that, but I don't use those very often, and I feel kind of bad about that. Next thing I really don't like, it's the Urban Decay Brow Tamer Tinted Eyebrow Gel in the shade Neutral Brown. It's not that I don't like the gel, I don't like the applicator on this. It's really rounded at the tip, and the product kind of globs all over it, you can see. And when you go to put it on, it's so messy, it gets all over the place. And so you can't really get a precise or any kind of like way to put it on where it's not going to end up messy, like it ends up here or over here, and I really hate the applicator. But the product itself is good, like it keeps your brows in place. I like the color of it, I like the shade of it. I just can't really work with it, and it sucks because it's so expensive, but oh well, it's one of those things. This I really liked. I'm wearing this today. This is the Balm's Down Boy blush. The first time I used it this month, I fell in love with it. It's very unassuming in the pan. Even when you swatch it, it's very unassuming, but on the skin it just gives a beautiful glow. It gives a beautiful sheen even without a highlighter. Not like super glittery or anything like that, it just has a nice natural sheen to it, and I really, really enjoyed this a lot. Another thing that I enjoyed, took a while to grow on me, it's the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. The first time I used it was in the original Bought It Forgot It from February. By the way, I will link that in case you're interested in seeing that, or this whole series. I have a playlist for it. Okay, anyway, I was wearing it in the first video, and I did say I didn't know if I liked it on my skin, but as I wore it a few times throughout the month, I liked it more and more. It's a very, very shimmery sheen, like it's more on the glitter side, not huge chunks of glitter or anything like that, but it definitely has a lot of shimmeriness to it. But it's a nice peachy colored blush, and I think I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this in the spring and summertime. In the fall and winter, I don't think it really works, even though it's very pretty. It's more of a spring summertime thing, and I really loved it a lot. It's really gorgeous. Okay, another thing that I love but also have mixed feelings on are these hard candy highlighters. One is in Candlelit, one is in Twinkle Star. The Candlelit kind of reminds me of like the Laura Mercier matte highlight, in that it has just this tiniest little bit of sheen, but there's absolutely no shimmer, no glitter, or anything like that. And so what I would like to do is take these, and by the way, there's a very little difference between the two colors here. I just use them interchangeably, really. I take this, lay it down, and then I'll take this and put it on top, or a different highlight and put it on top. I did a few times because this Twinkle Star is very, very glittery, and sometimes that was okay depending on the look I was going for. I really only use this one. The gold is a little too much, maybe in the summertime, I don't know, but it wasn't my absolute favorite highlight for sure, but I did really enjoy layering this under different various highlights. So this, I believe, is somewhere around $6 to $8, depending if you're in US or Canada. And if you're interested, I would say give it a try, because the candlelit one can be very pretty when you layer it. This one, I would pass on it. This next thing I only use twice. This is the Wet n Wild palette in Petal Pusher. How come I can never find the color names on here? Oh, there it is, right on the front. Duh. Okay, Petal Pusher. It was okay. The formula on these are really nice. They wear really well, but it just didn't work with my skin tone, these colors. I think I did tend to stay more up in the lighter range of things. I didn't really play with these colors down here. They do get very, very dark and glittery on the bottom colors, so I really only stayed in these four. And I don't know, every time I wore them, I just felt like I was on display. Like it was like, hey, look at my eyes kind of thing, and I didn't enjoy that very much. So I only wore it twice just to test the formula for you guys, and the formula is great, but the color's not for me, so I probably won't be experimenting with that very much. This was kind of disappointing. This is the Essence 3D eyeshadow in Irresistible Choco Cupcake. Looking at it, it looks like it's beautiful, and I probably should have got to it more than just the one time I was able to, but I don't know, I just had too much going on this month. I think they were pretty, but they, when applied, they just sheared out way too much for my taste. Like I wanted that pigment to show up more, and it just sheared out a lot. I probably should give this another try or two to be absolutely certain, but just based on that one-time use, it didn't make me want to continue using it, you know. Okay, all the rest of this is lip products, and I did say I thought I was being a bit ambitious last month, and that's probably true. It probably was a bit too much, but oh well. I did end up using all of these at least once. So this is the Estee Lauder Pure Color Envy in 480 Reckless. There's the shade there. For me, I like this color, but it does have that kind of like magenta undertone. I don't even know if that's the right word. It kind of leans a little too pink once I put it on my face. I want it to lean a little more mauve, and it's a little too much magenta. You know, like, I think it doesn't really look the same when you swatch it. I don't know. I like it. The formula is great. Packaging is amazing, but the formula is really good. It does have good lasting power. I just found that whenever I wore it, it didn't really match with my eye look, because I thought it was going to look more like this, and it looked a little more pink. And it, like, I even tried to wear it today, and I was like, oh no, this is not going to work with this look. So, you know, it's one of those things that I will keep and love, but just not that often, probably. Okay, these Urban Decay, what are they called? Revolution lip glosses in Fail Bait and Liar. These are beautiful. I'm wearing this today on my lips on top of MAC Subculture lip pencil, and they are so pigmented. They're glossy but super comfortable and so pigmented. They are really, really gorgeous. I have two other ones as well. I have a little mini, which is the bright purple one, which I adore, and I just got another one, which you will see in a haul. So I really, really love these, really love the formula. I highly recommend them. This next one, I wish I would have used more than once, but I never, it's so glossy that I have to like really be in the mood for it. So this is the Chosungah 22 dual lip tint and gloss in Cashmere. This is the tint, this is the gloss. This is the glossiest gloss ever. It's like you're going around with just wetness on your mouth all day long, and the tint is gorgeous. I wore only the tint though this month. I just one day patted it on my lips. A couple of people commented, oh my gosh, are those the color of your real lips? And I was like, no, it's a tint. But anyway, it's nice. I like it. This is gorgeous, but again, it's one of those things where I just really have to be in the mood for it, and I just wasn't this month. Okay, last couple things from February. These LA Girl glazed lip paints. This is in the shade Blushing, and this is in the shade Elude. The colors are beautiful. These products are so messy. They're kind of trying to dupe the Too Faced Melted, but the applicator is just straight up plastic, and so it's not a sponge tip, so you have very little control with where this goes. You would either have to use a lip brush or just take forever to make sure it stays in place, and for that reason I'm not willing to play around with these. They just take way too much work, and they smell like paint. It says lip paint, they smell like paint, and it's kind of gross. So I probably won't be using these anymore, even though especially the shade is really, really pretty, so that's kind of disappointing. And the very last thing was the Too Faced Melted Metal Liquefied Metallic Lipstick. This is in Melted Metallic Peony, and it's a really pretty color. I used it a couple times. I like it better on top of a liner than by itself. There it is right there. I wore it in a couple of videos. I like it. It's not my favorite lip product in the world, but I like it. It's a nice formula. It wears okay. It's not like the longest wearing thing in the world, but it wears pretty well. All right, so that's everything for February. Let's say goodbye to that stuff and usher in the new. So I decided to be a little bit less ambitious this month, but still there's quite a wide variety of stuff here. So I hauled this, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 months ago. This is the LA Colors face palette. I got this at like Winners, TJ Maxx type thing, and it was $8. It comes with some highlights, it comes with some contour powders, and did you hear that? He's laughing at something funny in there. And then a couple blushes on the end, and I haven't touched it once. So to be honest, I thought about using it last month, and then I thought, no, I want to use that in my Bought It Forgot It. So that's what I'm doing. This I used a couple times when I bought it, and then I put it away, and it's been relegated to my drawer ever since. This is the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25 Hour with Comfort Serum foundation in 103 True Ivory. That is a mouthful. So that's a foundation, comes with a pump from the drugstore. I'm not sure why I stopped using this, and I want to try it again to see. I think I remember kind of liking it. But anyway, we'll put it to the test this month. This Urban Decay setting spray, this is the De-Slick oil control one. I use the all-nighter one all the time, and I love it. And I think I remember not liking this, but that was so long ago that I just want to try it again to make sure why I put it away, you know? Like, I can't remember why I haven't been using it, so. Whenever I put stuff like this in here, I think you guys are gonna think I'm such a spoiled brat for buying a brand like this and then not using it. This NARS palette, this is the Foreplay Cheek Palette. Now I did buy this on sale at Marshall's, but I haven't touched it once. It's got like 3 blushes and 1 highlight in it. These pans are so tiny that it makes me not want to use it, so that's kind of why it's been relegated. But we'll put it to the test this month. I have 2, well, this isn't really a single, but 2 little eyeshadow products here. This is the Pure Cosmetics Perfect Fit Eyeshadow Trio in Bohemian, Bombshell, Gypsy, Voyager, Avant-Garde. Wow, that is another long name. So I wanted to use this before winter was kind of over, before spring comes, because look at the shades. I mean, I wouldn't use those in the summer, so if I don't use it now, I probably won't for quite a while. Let's just swatch these 2. Let's see them. It's very messy though. Like the pans are so small. I think that's probably why I haven't wanted to use it. I'm rapidly running out of swatch space there. So that's them 2 there. So we'll give that a shot this month. And this, you guys, I've tried to use this a few times. I really need to really put it to the test to see if it's just me, because people love these L'Oreal Infallible single eyeshadows. This is 033 Tender Caramel. Every time I've tried to use this, I haven't liked it. I find it very messy. I don't really understand how these are supposed to be used. Like, look at, I don't know. So I really need to put it to the test this month, see if I don't like it, why, and maybe I'm using it wrong. Like, I need to figure out how to use this, because I've had it for so long and I just never use it, because the first couple times I didn't get a good impression of it. So we'll figure that one out. This is the Lancome Fastness Waterproof. Fastness. Please forgive me. Waterproof, long-lasting under-eye concealer. So this is in the shade Claire 220 Claire 11. I don't know. Let's give that a try this month. I have two eyeliners here. This NYX one in 18 Glitzy Gold. This might be better to try in the summertime, but whatever, we'll figure it out. It's very gold, it's very creamy. And then this one is the Tarte Smolder Eyes in Golden Black. This is really pretty. It's just so thick. It's very creamy too. It's kind of like a dark olivey black with little specks in it. Look at how many colors I've got going on here. But it's super creamy. It blends really well. It has this little blender thing on the other side so you can like smudge it out, you know. So that's awesome. I needed to open a new mascara this month, so I figured I would use one from my backup drawer that I have never tried before. This is the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes, and it's in the shade black. Let's just pull it out here. You guys have probably seen this packaging before. I love this packaging whenever I see it like on somebody's channel. It's so cool looking. It's got like the snake skin and all that. Yeah, so I'm excited to give this a try. The next thing came in the Sephora Superstars big box, the value set, and I think I used it once. It's the Clinique Chubby Stick Highlighter. Right there, it's kind of like a, not a liquid, it's, you know, a cream product. That's the word I want. Can you even see that? It doesn't look like there's much pigment to it. Can you see that? Oh yeah, now I can see it. But yeah, I want to give it a try. So there's that. That's an 01 Hefty highlight. And the last things are lip products. So I didn't go so crazy this month for lip products, just a couple. This came in the Sephora Gimme More Lip set this year, and I have, the only time I used this was in a lip swatch video. This is Ciate London Liquid Velvet in Risque. So it's a nice red. It's like an orangey red though, so I don't know if I'm gonna love that. So it'll be a good chance to try it out. The consistency of these is really nice though. What does that smell like? Oh no, I can't really smell anything. Okay, and then this I got in some other set from Sephora too. It's 19 Peony. It's their Rouge Infusion. Okay, I guess it's like a gloss. Is it like a pigment? Yeah, it's kind of like a pigmented gloss type product. So there's that. Have never used that. And then these two hard candy lipsticks. What is the formula of this called? Plumping Serum Lipstick. 854 Desired and 852 Beloved. This might be more again of a summertime spring. I don't know, actually, now that I'm swatching it, it's kind of a nice neutral. They're very creamy. I never use them, and I need to try because they're so pretty. Oh my gosh, what happened here? What happened here? Considering I think I've only used this one time, I have no idea what's going on there. That looks pretty gross. Yeah, it's kind of moving around a little bit. Well, we'll see how that goes this month, but anyway, it's a really pretty color, and they're very creamy and they smell nice too, kind of vanilla-y scented. So that's it, you guys. That's it for my bought it, forgot it, what I liked, what I didn't like, and what I am planning on using. So don't forget to check back in a month. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do that so you'll be updated, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And the only other thing I want to mention is the reason I don't have like a lot of eyeshadow or a big palette in here is because every month I do the palette of the month club, where I take one palette and I focus on it and then bring you a review the next month. So for this previous month, I've been using the Kat Von D Monarch palette. That video should be up already by the time you see this, of, you know, what I thought of this, how I use it, the review on it, all that kind of stuff. And then coming up for the month of March, my palette of the month is the Stila Eyes Are the Window to the Spirit palette, and I'll just give you a quick look at what that looks like. It's very pretty, and the packaging is really gorgeous. So that's what we'll be doing for the month of March. So that's a lot of makeup to focus on, in addition to all my other makeup that I like to use every month. And so I always like to encourage you guys to participate in this as well, whether it's 1 or 2 products or 4 or 5, or whether it's like 12. You know, I've really been enjoying this. I've been rediscovering things. I've been deciding there's things I don't like that I can toss, that don't need to be taking up space in my life, and it's been really fun. So if you participated last month, make sure to leave in the comments what you thought of the stuff you used, and if you haven't participated yet, then just pick a couple things. Tell us all in the comments what they are, what you're going to be using this month. It's just kind of a fun way to interact with each other. So that's it for today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for spending time with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.